As you can see, it's quite dark here. That's because I have no electricity. I was here this afternoon. This is, by the way, September the 8th. Hurricane Irma has not even hit Florida yet. I'm north of Tallahassee. I already don't have electricity. So anyway, about an hour and a half ago, the electricity went out. I was prepping for the storm. I'd already planned to do a diary. I didn't plan to start a storm diary. Didn't plan to start it until tomorrow, but since events have already started happening, I started it tonight. And I was over at the neighbor's house just a minute ago, and where I live here on the north shore of Lake Seminole in South Georgia is on an island, and there's a bridge that you have to cross to get to the island. Someone called the neighbor and reported that the bridge is on fire. It's not a wooden bridge, it's a concrete bridge, but the bridge is on fire. So I don't know what that's all about. I hope, or maybe I don't hope, that's related to the power outage, but I guess we'll find out tomorrow. I can't really do much tonight, except sit here and hope the electricity comes back on. I've already called the power company. They said they're working on it. It's widespread outage. I don't think it's related to the storm, since the storm is still in Cuba. I hope not, because if it is, if this is what we get when the storm is in Cuba, can you imagine what we're going to get when it gets up here within a few hundred miles of us? So keep your fingers crossed. I'll be back later with an update, I hope. Good night. Hey everybody, so this is part 2, the second part of my Hurricane Irma diary. I talked to you last night, and I need to make a correction. Last night when I was talking to you about the electricity being off, I said it was September the 8th. Actually, that was September the 9th. Today is September the 10th. I think it's about, let's see, it's about 10:15 a.m. right now. And I think the storm is probably just coming ashore on the southern tip of Florida somewhere. Maybe you can hear the wind in the background. It's already blowing. Of course, the sun's shining right now. The clouds have been intermittent all morning, on and off. It's been a little bit breezy. So just waiting it out here to see what happens. I've got everything packed up, ready to go. If I have to leave, I can go. I'm going to try to stay here if I can. I did call the sheriff's department yesterday. They said there's a possibility they'll open up a shelter late this afternoon or early tomorrow morning. I'm thinking now it's going to be early tomorrow morning, because I just looked at the forecast, and the storm basically is going to come right over, nearly right over us here, just to the east of us a bit, around 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. So I think in the morning, there's a limb that just came down. In the morning, probably this time, maybe a little earlier, the weather will begin to deteriorate pretty fast around here, and I think they'll probably open that shelter. And depending on how things are looking and how much damage they're getting south of us here, I'll make my decision at that time as to whether I'll go to a shelter or not. So we'll see. Yeah. So like I said, everything's packed up, ready to go. Just watching the weather, watching the TV and the reports from AccuWeather and other weather sources. See what they say. Doesn't look good. I tell you, the thing started out, it was supposed to be well east of us here. And every update I've seen for the last couple of days, they've moved it a little bit more west. And like I said, right now they've got it coming almost right over us here in southwestern Georgia. So not going to be good. You know, really and truly, where I'm sitting here, as a crow flies, I bet I'm not more than, I don't know, I know I'm less than 100 miles from the coast. Maybe more like 60 or 70 from the closest point to the Gulf of Mexico to here as a crow flies. So really pretty close to the coast. And right now they're showing that thing coming up the west coast of Florida as a Category 3, and they're showing that it'll be a Category 1 here. I was talking to a friend of mine a little while ago, and they said, oh, it's just going to be a Category 1 when it gets there to you. You don't have to worry. But I don't know if you've ever been through a hurricane before. Category 1 is a very powerful storm. Even a tropical storm will frighten you. As you can see, one of the worries I have here is where I am. I'm surrounded by a lot of really big trees, and that's the big concern here, is that some of these trees, you know, what happens with these storms, you get these torrential rains, the ground gets soaked, the wind blows from the northeast in the beginning and then from the southwest later, so it's kind of pushing the trees both ways. It loosens up the roots and they start coming down. So that's my biggest concern here, trees. So I'll keep you updated. I'll probably do another video this afternoon, and we'll see what's going on then. I've still got some work to do around the house here. I'll get on that, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Hey, good morning everybody. This is about 7:30 a.m. on September the 11th, 2017. Sun's just coming up here on Lake Seminole. This is the third part of my Hurricane Irma diary. We made it through the night quite well. Still have electricity, still have internet service, still have everything. I'll show you around a little bit. Normally when we have a storm like this, even a strong thunderstorm, we get a lot of limbs down in the yard, and you can see there's not a single limb down so far, no trees. It's raining right now. It's been raining a good bit through the night, but actually a couple of times when I got up and looked outside, it wasn't even raining. So far so good. I just checked, and I'm going to try to insert a radar map into this video when I publish it at the beginning to kind of show you where the storm is right now. The eye of it is still south of me in the Big Bend area of Florida, but it looks like the big thunderstorms are, as they typically are, in that northeastern quadrant of the storm. So it's like the other side of Georgia and South Carolina is getting pounded pretty hard with some big thunderstorms right now, and we're not getting so much here, which is okay for me. I hope those people over there are okay, and I hope everyone does fine and survives, but it's not so bad here for us right now. We'll see. As I said, the eye hasn't passed over yet. Still got a little bit of time on that. I think what I read a few minutes ago was at 2 p.m. this afternoon is approximately the time the eye will pass by. So strange. I guess the storm sped up during the night, which is also a good thing. It doesn't have an opportunity to dump as much rain on people. Last night I read an update that said the eye wouldn't cross here until 8 o'clock p.m. tonight. Now we backed that up 6 hours, and it's going to cross at 2 p.m. so that's good. Not so much rain, and that helps keep the trees in the ground. And that's, as I've told you before, that's what we're mostly concerned with this storm. But anyway, I need to try to publish some of these. I'm going to put them on YouTube. I've got a channel there, I believe. I did have. I'll try to put some of these on YouTube later for the future reference. And thanks for watching, and I'll be back to you later on today, I'm sure. Thank you.